Italy. Just saying the word conjures images of ancient ruins, mouth-watering pizza, and canals that defy gravity. Welcome to Italy, the land where history, culture, and sweet life collide to create a country unlike any other. Whether you're dreaming of strolling through Rome's cobblestone streets, sailing along Venice's canals, or tasting the world's best gelato, Italy has something to captivate everyone. And today, we're diving deep, really deep, into over 50 incredible stories, secrets, and surprises that make Italy a global icon. So grab a seat, maybe a slice of pizza, and let's embark on this epic journey together. Italy isn't just a country, it's a phenomenon. Did you know Italy gave the world the Roman Empire, the Renaissance, and even the concept of the university? That's right, Bologna's university, founded in 1088, is the oldest in the world. This boot-shaped peninsula nestled in the heart of the Mediterranean spans just 116,000 square miles, smaller than California, but punches way above its weight. With 60 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, more than any other country, Italy's a treasure chest of history. From the Colosseum's gladiator battles to Leonardo da Vinci's Last Supper, this is where the past feels alive. But Italy's not stuck in the past. It's a modern powerhouse too. Think Ferrari and Lamborghini roaring through the streets, Gucci and Prada setting global fashion trends, and a food culture that's made pizza and pasta universal obsessions. Oh, and let's not forget espresso. Italy practically invented the coffee break. Whether it's the chaotic charm of Naples, the artistic soul of Florence, or the sinking mystery of Venice, every corner of Italy tells a story. And trust me, some of these stories are wild. Ever heard of a restaurant with just one table, or a glowing cave that emperors used as a secret hideout? Stick with us because we're uncovering it all. In this video, we're exploring Italy like never before. From the haunting ruins of Pompeii to the futuristic tech of Milan, from the art of hand gestures to the mystery of a 2,000-year-old shroud, we've got 50-plus topics to blow your mind. Want to know why Italians live so long, or how Venice is fighting to stay above water? Maybe you're curious about the ghost villages frozen in time or the secret resistance that helped win World War II. We're covering it all, and we want you to join the adventure. So, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and tell us in the comments, what's your favorite thing about Italy? Let's get started. Ever wondered why Italy looks like a boot ready to punt Sicily like a soccer ball? That's just the start of its geographic magic. This Mediterranean masterpiece, stretching across 116,000 square miles, about the size of Arizona, is a canvas of jaw-dropping landscapes. From sky-piercing Alps to fiery volcanoes, glittering shores, and even two tiny countries tucked inside, Italy's geography is a wild ride. Buckle up, because we're about to explore a land that's as dramatic as it is beautiful. Up north, the Alps form Italy's rugged border with France, Switzerland, Austria, and Slovenia. Here, Monte Bianco, Mont Blanc, soars as Italy's highest peak at a staggering 4,808 meters, its snowy crown a skier's paradise. Flowing through the heart of the country is the Po River, Italy's longest at 652 kilometers, nourishing fertile plains. Italy's 25 national parks are a biodiversity bonanza, home to everything from mountain ibex to rare orchids. And here's a fun fact, Italy's got over 1,500 lakes. Lake Garda alone is so massive it feels like an inland sea. Then there's Venice, a city defying nature on a lagoon with 118 islands and 400 bridges. Talk about engineering wizardry. But hold on. Italy's got 3 active volcanoes that steal the show. Mount Etna in Sicily, spewing lava since 1500 BC, is the world's most active, a fiery giant that never sleeps. Next, Stromboli volcano, dubbed the lighthouse of the Mediterranean, erupts every 15 to 20 minutes, lighting up the night. And Vesuvius near Naples? It's mainland Europe's only active volcano, infamous for burying Pompeii in 79 AD. Italy's tectonic hotspot makes its geography a thrilling mix of beauty and raw power. But you didn't know Italy's got 2 tiny countries inside it. Vatican City, smack in the heart of Rome, is the world's smallest nation at just 44 hectares, smaller than a theme park. San Marino, perched in the Apennine Mountains, is the oldest republic, founded in 301 AD, and still thriving. At 4,700 miles of coastline, think Amalfi's dramatic cliffs, Sardinia's emerald shores, and islands like Sicily, and Italy's geography is pure magic. How did this land forge a world-shaping history? Let's find out. Italy's history is a blockbuster saga. Think epic battles, world-changing art, and a tiny city that conquered the known world. From the rise of Rome to the spark of the Renaissance, this is a story of power, chaos, and rebirth that shaped not just Italy, but humanity itself. Buckle up because we're about to race through 2,000 years of jaw-dropping milestones, from the Roman Republic to the unification of a nation. Let's dive into the heart of Italy's epic past. It all kicks off around 509 before Common Era with the Roman Republic. Legend says Rome booted out its last king and decided to govern itself. By 265 BCE, after a series of gritty wars, Rome ruled the entire Italian peninsula, but they were just getting started. The Punic Wars against Carthage, think elephants crossing the Alps, turned Rome into a Mediterranean superpower. By 146 BCE. Enter Julius Caesar, the rock star general. In 49 BCE he crossed the Rubicon River, sparking a civil war. He won, became dictator, but his ambition got him stabbed 23 times by his own senators in 44 BCE. His heir, Octavian, also known as Augustus, took over, becoming Rome's first emperor in 27 BCE. The Roman Empire was born, ushering in 200 years of peace and prosperity called the Pax Romana, stretching from Britain to Egypt. But empires don't last forever. By 476 Common Era, the Western Roman Empire collapsed when a Germanic chieftain, Odoacer, deposed the last emperor. Italy plunged into chaos, invaded by tribes like the Lombards, who set up a kingdom in 568 Common Era. Fast forward to 774 Common Era, when Charlemagne, a Frankish king, conquered the Lombards and was crowned emperor by the Pope, birthing the Papal States. Meanwhile, southern Italy saw Norman adventurers seize Sicily by the 11th century, creating a vibrant kingdom. Italy was a patchwork of city-states, duchies, and rival powers, until something extraordinary happened. Enter the Renaissance, the 14th century cultural explosion that started in Florence. Picture Leonardo da Vinci painting the Mona Lisa, Michelangelo carving David, and Galileo peering through his telescope. Fueled by trade wealth and a rediscovery of Greek and Roman ideas, the Renaissance wasn't just Italy's rebirth, it reshaped art, science, and thought worldwide. But Italy stayed divided, a mosaic of feuding states until the 19th century. That's when the Risorgimento, or resurgence, ignited. After decades of struggle, Victor Emmanuel II was crowned king of a unified Italy in 1861, with Rome joining in 1870. From a single city to a global powerhouse, Italy's journey is nothing short of epic. From Rome's iron grip to the Renaissance's brilliance, Italy's past is a testament to resilience and genius. Want to know how this history lives on in Italy's culture today? Stick around for more. Italy's culture is like a warm hug from your favorite grandmother, full of heart, flavor, and stories that linger. This is a land where life is an art form, from sipping espresso in sunlit squares to celebrating centuries-old festivals with a passion that's downright contagious. Today we're diving into the soul of Italy, its traditions, its zest for sweet life, and oh yes, the foods that make the world drool. At the heart of Italian culture is family. Think big, loud gatherings where everyone's talking over each other, plates piled high with food. It's all about connection, whether it's Sunday lunches that last hours or neighbors catching up over a quick coffee. Italians live for the sweet life, savoring every moment from a sunset stroll to a heated debate about soccer. Festivals are huge too. Carnival in Venice transforms the city into a whirlwind of masks and costumes, a tradition dating back to the 13th century. Then there's Ferragosto in August, when Italians hit the beaches or mountains to celebrate summer with feasts and fireworks. And don't forget the Palio di Siena, a heart-pounding horse race in a medieval square that's been thrilling crowds since the 1600s. Now let's talk food, because Italian cuisine is practically a love language. Pizza, born in Naples, is a global obsession, with its crispy crust and bubbling mozzarella. Pasta, it's an art form, from silky tagliatelle in Bologna to orecchiette shaped by hand in Puglia. Don't sleep on risotto, slow-cooked with creamy arborio rice, or tiramisu, the coffee-soaked dessert that's like a hug in a bowl. Gelato, churned fresh daily, comes in flavors like pistachio and stracciatella that'll ruin you for regular ice cream. And wine, Tuscany's Chianti and Piedmont's Barolo flow like poetry, paired with olive oil so good it's practically sacred. Italians pioneered the slow food movement too, celebrating local ingredients and meals that linger. Traditions here run deep. Weddings can last days with feasts and dances like the Tarantella, a whirlwind of twirling skirts. Artisans keep ancient crafts alive, from Murano's glass-blowing to Florence's leatherwork. Even manners matter. Expect to greet with a double-cheek kiss and never ever put Parmesan on seafood pasta. Italy's culture is a vibrant tapestry woven from history, pride, and a love for life's simple joys. Want to know how this spirit shapes Italy's cities? Keep watching. Rome. Rome, where every cobblestone whispers a 2,700-year-old story, and ancient ruins rub shoulders with buzzing cafes. They call it the Eternal City, and trust me, one step here feels like stepping into a time machine. From gladiator battles in the Colosseum to the Pope's blessings in Vatican City, Rome is Italy's beating heart, blending history, faith, and sweet life like nowhere else. Buckle up because we're about to explore a city that's been stealing hearts since the days of togas. Rome's story kicks off around 753 BC, legend says, when twins Romulus and Remus founded the city. Romulus won, and well, the rest is history. By 509 BC, Rome was a republic, and by the 1st century BC, it ruled an empire stretching from Britain to Egypt. The Colosseum, finished in 80 AD, is Rome's crown jewel. Picture 50,000 fans roaring as gladiators clashed. This stone giant even hosted mock sea battles. Nearby, the Roman Forum was the empire's nerve center where senators schemed and Caesar strutted. The Pantheon, built around 126 AD, still boasts the world's largest unreinforced concrete dome, its oculus beaming sunlight onto ancient marble. These aren't just ruins, they're time capsules of a city that shaped the world. But Rome's not just ancient, it's alive. Vatican City, a 44-hectare microstate right in Rome's heart, is the world's smallest country and home to the Pope. St. Peter's Basilica towers over it, while Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel inside the Vatican museums leaves jaws on the floor. Toss a coin into the Trevi Fountain, legend says it guarantees your return, and wander the Spanish Steps where locals and lovers soak up the vibe. Rome's food scene? Pure magic. Slurp cacio e pepe, a peppery pasta dish born here, or savor a crispy Roman-style pizza in a eatery. Gelato shops on every corner tempt you with flavors like pistachio or creamy gelato. Today, Rome hums with modern energy. Vespas weave through ancient alleys and markets seize the day. Fiori burst with fresh artichokes and banter. Romans live by carpe diem, balancing work with long lunches and espresso breaks. Fun fact, Rome's got over 900 churches and 2,000 fountains, each with a story. From the Appian Way's ancient stones to Trastevere's bohemian nightlife, this city layers millennia into one unforgettable vibe. Florence. Florence, where the spark of the Renaissance ignited, turning a medieval town into the art capital of the world. They call it the cradle of the Renaissance, and one stroll through its cobbled streets feels like flipping through a living masterpiece. From Michelangelo's sculptures to markets buzzing with Tuscan flair, Florence is Italy's creative soul, blending genius, beauty, and joyful living. Grab your sketchbook because we're diving into a city that painted history's boldest chapter. Florence's story explodes in the 14th century when it became the epicenter of the Renaissance, a cultural rebirth that changed the world. Fueled by wealthy bankers like the Medici family, Florence birthed legends. Picture Leonardo da Vinci sketching in local workshops, Michelangelo carving David, a 17-foot marble giant that still stuns at the Accademia Gallery. The Duomo, or Cathedral of Santa Maria del Fiore, is Florence's crown jewel. Its massive dome, engineered by Filippo Brunelleschi in 1436, was the largest of its time, a jaw-dropping feat that screamed, "We're rewriting the rules." Nearby, the Uffizi Gallery holds treasures like Botticelli's Birth of Venus, each brushstroke a love letter to human creativity. These aren't just buildings or art, they're Florence's heartbeat, pulsing with innovation. But Florence isn't stuck in a museum, it's alive and kicking. Wander Ponte Vecchio, a 14th century bridge packed with glittering jewelry shops, where the Arno River reflects the city's glow. Markets like San Lorenzo burst with leather goods and Tuscan treats. Think Florentine T-bone steak grilled to perfection or wild boar pasta that's pure comfort. Sip Chianti wine from nearby vineyards and don't skip Cantucci, crunchy almond biscuits dunked in sweet dessert wine. Florence's food is as bold as its art. And the vibe? Locals live for passeggiata, evening strolls through piazzas where gelato in hand, hazelnut or fig, take your pick, is practically a ritual. Today, Florence hums with modern energy. Fashion houses like Gucci were born here, and the city's still a style mecca. Vespas zip past medieval towers, and festivals like Calcio Storico, a wild mix of soccer and rugby from the 15th century, keep traditions fierce. Fun fact, Florence's streets are so art-filled, you'll stumble on statues and frescoes just grabbing coffee. From the Medici's palaces to bohemian Oltrarno's craft shops, This city weaves 700 years of genius into every corner. Venice. Venice, where streets are water, bridges are art, and every corner feels like a fairy tale. They call it the floating city, and trust me, stepping into this lagoon wonderland is like drifting into a dream. Built on 118 islands with no roads, just canals, Venice is Italy's most magical escape, blending history, romance, and a vibe that's pure, joyful living. Hop in a gondola, because we're about to sail through a city that dances on water. Venice's story starts in the 5th century, when locals fled invaders and built a city on a lagoon, on wooden stilts sunk into mud. By the Middle Ages, Venice was a trading superpower, its ships hauling silk and spices from Asia. St. Mark's Square, the heart of Venice, is where history shines. St. Mark's Basilica, built in 1092, sparkles with 8,000 square meters of gold mosaics. Talk about bling. The Doge's Palace next door, a Gothic masterpiece, was home to Venice's rulers, with secret passages and a creepy prison linked by the Bridge of Sighs, named for prisoners' last sighs before jail. The Rialto Bridge, spanning the Grand Canal since 1591, was the world's first stone-arched bridge of its kind, a merchant's hub that still buzzes. These aren't just landmarks, they're Venice's soul, floating on ambition. But Venice is no museum, it's alive with sparkle. Carnival, a centuries-old party, turns the city into a masquerade of glittering masks and wild costumes every February. Food? Oh, it's a love letter to the sea. Slurp sarde and sour, sweet and sour sardines, or savor risotto al nero di seppia, inky black from cuttlefish. Pair it with a crisp champagne from nearby vineyards, and finish with tiramisu. Venice claims it was born here. Wander Murano Island for hand-blown glass so stunning it graces royal tables, or Burano for lace and candy-colored houses that pop like a painter's palette. Locals live by andare a zonzo, aimless strolling, sipping espresso in tiny cafes or nibbling cicchetti, Venice's answer to tapas. Today, Venice hums with modern magic. Vaporettos, water buses, zip locals past 400 bridges, while tourists snap selfies on gondolas. Fun fact, Venice is sinking a millimeter a year, but engineers are fighting back with flood barriers. From the Biennale's cutting-edge art to Bohemian Cannareggio's hidden bars, this city layers 1,500 years of wonder into every canal. Naples. Naples, where chaos meets charm, and every street pulses with raw, unfiltered passion. They call it the soul of the South, and trust me, this city hits you like a shot of espresso, bold, intense, and impossible to forget. From ancient ruins underfoot to the world's best pizza sizzling in wood-fired ovens, Naples is Italy's wild heart, dancing to its own beat. Buckle up because we're diving into a city that's as fiery as Mount Vesuvius itself. Naples' story kicks off over 2,700 years ago, founded by Greek settlers as Neapolis, New City. It's been a hotspot for empires, from Romans to Spanish kings. Just 6 miles away, Pompeii and Herculaneum, frozen in time by Mount Vesuvius's eruption in 79 AD, offer a haunting glimpse of Roman life. Think mosaics, frescoes, even ancient bakeries. Naples itself hides history underground. 80 miles of Greco-Roman tunnels, used as Wadu bomb shelters, snake beneath the city. Above ground, the Royal Palace of Naples, built in 1600, stuns with marble halls where kings once ruled. And Castel Nuovo, a 13th century fortress by the port, guarded the city with cannons and grit. These aren't just relics, they're Naples' roots, steeped in drama. But Naples lives in the now, and it's loud about it. Food here is a religion. Naples invented pizza. Yep, the pizza margherita was born in 1889 at Pizzeria Brandy, with tomato, mozzarella, and basil mimicking Italy's flag. One bite of that crispy, chewy crust, heaven. Grab spaghetti alle vongole, clams tossed in garlicky sauce, or sfogliatella, a flaky pastry stuffed with ricotta. Street markets like Pigna Secca overflow with cuopo, fried seafood cones, and espresso so strong it could wake a coma. The vibe? Pure chaos. Vespas zoom through Spaccanapoli, the city's narrow split street, where laundry flaps overhead and nonnas shout from balconies. Locals live by arrangiarsi, making do with heart and hustle. Today, Naples crackles with soul. Music spills from every corner. Think O Sole Mio, born here in 1898. Artisans in San Gregorio Armeno craft intricate presepi, nativity scenes that draw crowds year-round. Fun fact, Naples Historic Center, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, packs 2,500 years of history into 1,700 acres. From the Bohemian Quartieri Spagnoli to clifftop views at Posillipo, this city's grit and glory never quit. Milan, the fashion capital. Milan, where fashion is religion, history wears a sharp suit, and every street feels like a catwalk. They call it the fashion capital, and trust me, this city's got style in its DNA, from Gucci runways to ancient cathedrals. Milan is Italy's beating pulse of glamour, innovation, and joyful living, blending old-school charm with cutting-edge cool. Slip on your shades because we're diving into a city that's always in vogue. Milan's story stretches back to 600 BC when Celtic tribes settled here, but it hit its stride as a Roman powerhouse by 222 BC. Fast forward to the Renaissance and Milan was a hub of art and ambition. The Duomo, a Gothic masterpiece started in 1386, took nearly 600 years to finish. Its 3,400 statues and 135 spires make it a jaw-dropping icon. Nearby, Santa Maria del Grazie hides Leonardo da Vinci's Last Supper, painted in 1498, a fragile masterpiece that still stuns despite time's wear. The Sforza Castle, built in the 15th century, housed dukes and now museums packed with Michelangelo's final sculpture, the Pieta Rondanini. These aren't just landmarks, they're Milan's roots, grounding its swagger and history. But Milan's real magic? It's the world's fashion HQ. Milan Fashion Week, held twice a year, draws global stars to see Gucci, Prada, and Versace redefine chic. The Quadrilatero d'Oro, golden rectangle, is a maze of boutiques where wallets weep and style reigns. Food keeps up too. Dig into risotto alla Milanese, creamy with saffron's golden glow, or a breaded veal cutlet that's pure comfort. Sip an Aperol Spritz in Navigli, Milan's canal district, where bars buzz and street art pops. Locals live by happy hour with free snacks, grabbing Negronis and trendy Brera. Milan's vibe is high-energy, think Vespas, sharp suits and espresso fueling deals in Italy's business capital. Today, Milan sparkles with modern flair. La Scala, opened in 1778, is the world's opera mecca, where Verdi's notes still soar. Porta Nuova's skyscrapers, like the Glass Bosco Verticale with its tree-covered towers, scream innovation. Fun fact, Milan Stock Exchange, founded in 1808, is Italy's financial heartbeat. From Brera's Bohemian galleries to San Siro's roaring soccer matches, this city weaves 2,600 years of grit and glamour into every corner. Want to explore Sicily's rugged charm next? Stick around! Sicily. Sicily, where myths meet magic, and every corner feels like a page from an epic saga. This island is Italy's crown jewel, a sun-soaked wonderland of ancient ruins, fiery volcanoes, and food that'll make your heart sing. They call it the Island of Wonders, and trust me, Sicily's got stories etched into its shores that'll leave you spellbound. Grab a pizza, because we're diving into a land where history, passion, and joyful living. Sicily's tale spans over 3,000 years, kicked off by the Greeks around 750 BC, who built cities that rivaled Athens. The Valley of the Temples in Agrigento, with its 5th century BC Doric ruins, stands like a time machine, 7 golden-hued temples glowing against the sea. Syracuse, once a Greek powerhouse, boasts a 2,700-year-old theater where plays still echo. The Romans, Byzantines, Arabs, and Normans all left their mark, like the Palatine Chapel in Palermo, a 12th-century masterpiece blending Islamic arches with Christian mosaics. And then there's Mount Etna, Europe's most active volcano, erupting since 1500 BC, its lava shaping Sicily's soul. These aren't just sights, they're Sicily's heartbeat pulsing with ancient glory. But Sicily's no history lesson, it's a feast for the senses. Food here is a love affair. Crunch into a pizza, its creamy ricotta and crispy shell born in Palermo, savor pasta alla norma, eggplant and salty ricotta in a tangy tomato sauce, or golden rice balls stuffed with ragu. Pair it with a glass of Sicily's bold red wine. Markets like Bolaro burst with fresh pistachios, citrus, and seafood, while fishermen in Catania sing as they unload their catch. The vibe? Pure warmth, where locals dance at festivals like Palermo's Santa Rosalia, a 400-year-old party with fireworks and faith. Today, Sicily sparkles with life. Taormina's Greco-Roman theater frames jaw-dropping views of Etna and the sea. The Aeolian Islands, volcanic gems like Stromboli, offer beaches and lava shows. Fun fact, Sicily's 600 miles of coastline hide underwater ruins and shipwrecks. From Ortigia's Baroque charm to Ragusa's hilltop mazes, this island weaves 3,000 years of wonder into every sunset. Want to explore Italy's hidden villages next? Italy's hidden villages. Italy's got a secret stash of villages that feel like stepping into a storybook, tiny, timeless hamlets where history whispers and charm overflows. Forget the big cities for a moment. These hidden villages are Italy's soul, tucked in hills, cliffs, and valleys. From medieval towers to hobbit-like homes, they're the island of wonder's best-kept treasures. Pack your wanderlust, because we're exploring Italy's coziest corners, where joyful living feels like a warm hug. First stop, Civita di Bagnoregio, the dying city in central Italy. Perched on a crumbling hill since Etruscan times, over 2,500 years ago, this medieval village has just 10 residents. Its stone bridges and ivy-clad houses feel frozen in time, earning it a spot as one of Italy's most beautiful villages. In Tuscany, San Gimignano, dubbed the medieval Manhattan, boasts 14 stone towers from the 13th century, built by rival families flexing their wealth. Its UNESCO-listed center hums with history and saffron-scented breezes. Down in Puglia, Alberobello's Trulli, whitewashed, conical-roofed homes from the 14th century, look like something out of a fairy tale, built without mortar to dodge taxes. These villages aren't just pretty, they're Italy's heartbeat, stitched with centuries of grit and glory. The Amalfi Coast. Amalfi Coast, where cliffs plunge into turquoise seas, villages glow like jewels and every curve screams vibrant charm. This UNESCO wonder is Italy's coastal masterpiece, a ribbon of 13 medieval towns that'll steal your heart. Picture winding roads, lemon-scented air, and views that stop you cold. Grab your sunglasses, let's dive into a paradise that's pure magic. Amalfi's story began in the 9th century as a maritime giant rivaling Venice. Its sailors ruled the seas, trading silk and spices. The Duomo di Amalfi, an 11th century cathedral, dazzles with golden mosaics. Its 62 steps draw pilgrims, locals praying under striped arches. Ravello's hilltop gardens, born in the 13th century, frame vistas that inspired Wagner's operas. These towns, carved into cliffs, are Amalfi's soul, pulsing with 1,000 years of glory. Today, Amalfi buzzes. Beachside cafes serve espresso by azure waves, markets burst with limoncello, lemons as big as your fist. Locals chat in piazzas, their laughter echoing off pastel homes. Savor seafood linguine or creamy gelato. Lemon, of course. The vibe? Pure joy with Vespas zipping along cliff roads. Fun fact, Amalfi's 13th century paper mills still craft artisan sheets, a nod to its trading days. Amalfi's 50 miles of coastline weave wonder into every wave. It's Italy at its dreamiest, a place where time slows and beauty reigns. Want another gem? Keep watching. Positano, where pastel homes tumble down cliffs like a painter's dream, waves kiss golden beaches, and vibrant glamour lights up the Amalfi Coast. This UNESCO gem is Italy's cheapest escape, a vertical wonder draped in bougainvillea. Picture narrow alleys, lemon-scented breezes, and views that scream paradise. Slip on your shades, let's dive into a town that's pure magic. Back in the 9th century, Positano was a pirate hideout, its cliffs shielding ships. By the 20th century, it turned into an artist's haven. John Steinbeck fell hard for its charm. The Santa Maria Assunta Church, with its 13th century tiled dome, sparkles over Spiaggia Grande, where fishermen once hauled nets. Those cliffs, they've stood for centuries, shaping a town that's tough to reach but impossible to forget. Quirky gem, Positano's 1,500 steps link its beach to hilltop home, a workout with killer views. Today Positano buzzes with life. Steep alleys hide boutiques selling linen dresses and handmade ceramics. Savor lemon pasta or grilled octopus in cliffside eateries with limoncello flowing like water. Locals chat on Vespas, their laughter bouncing off pastel walls. The vibe? Pure bliss, with sunbathers packing Spiaggia Grande. Positano's glow weaves 1,000 years of wonder into every sunset. Want another gem? Keep watching. Cinque Terre. Cinque Terre, where 5 pastel villages hug Liguria's cliffs, waves dance below, and vibrant charm paints every corner. This UNESCO treasure, Monterosso, Vernazza, Corniglia, Manarola, Riomaggiore, is Italy's coastal fairy tale. Picture terraced vineyards, winding trails, and sunsets that steal your breath. Grab your hiking boots, let's explore a wonder that's pure magic. Over 1,000 years ago, farmers carved these villages into rugged cliffs, defying the sea. They built homes, churches, and vineyards, their grit shaping Cinque Terre's soul. Vernazza's 14th century church towers over a bustling harbor, while the Via dell'Amore trail, etched into cliffs, links villages with heart-stopping views. These paths, worn by centuries of footsteps, tell tales of fishermen and traders. Quirky gem Cinque Terre's trails took centuries to carve, a testament to human spirit. Today, Cinque Terre buzzes. Hikers trek 7-mile paths snapping selfies by azure waves. Locals serve seafood stew and sweet Siacetra wine in cliffside eateries, their laughter filling tiny piazzas. Manarola's glow at sunset, pure poetry, the vibe alive with boats bobbing in harbors. Hikes or cozy harbors, which would you choose? Comment below! Cinque Terre weaves 1,000 years of wonder into every wave. Want another gem? Keep watching. Alpe Di Siusi. Alpe Di Siusi, where emerald meadows stretch under Dolomite peaks, cows graze with clanging bells and vibrant allure lights up South Tyrol. Europe's largest alpine meadow, a UNESCO gem, sprawls 56 square kilometers. Picture trails weaving past wildflowers framed by Ciliar's rugged face. Grab your camera, let's explore this alpine dream. Once a dense forest 800 years ago, farmers cleared this plateau for cattle, shaping a hiker's paradise. Today, trails lead to cozy huts serving hearty dumplings. Quirky gem, the witches' benches, stone seats tied to ancient myths, dot Balachia's cliffs. Hikers trek, bikers zip, and sunsets paint Sassalungo gold. Meadows or peaks, which would you roam? Comment below. Alpe Di Siusi's magic lasts forever. Another wonder awaits. Keep watching. Tuscany. Tuscany, where golden hills roll under endless skies, cypress trees dance, and vibrant charm weaves a timeless spell. This heart of Italy with 7 UNESCO sites is a masterpiece of art, wine, and history. Picture Florence's spires, Siena's medieval pulse, and vineyards stretching to the horizon. Grab a glass, let's roam this dreamy land. Tuscany's roots go back 3,000 years to Etruscan farmers, but it exploded in the Renaissance. Florence, its heartbeat, birthed Michelangelo's David and Brunelleschi's Duomo, a 15th century marvel. Siena's Piazza del Campo, shaped like a scallop, hosts the wild paleo horse race twice a year. The Medici family, Tuscany's powerhouses, built 16 lavish villas shaping art for centuries. Fun facts, those villas still stand, hiding gardens fit for kings. Today, Tuscany hums. Vineyards in Val d'Orcia pour bold Chianti, while eateries dish up ribollita, a hearty bread soup. Locals bike past olive groves, their laughter echoing in medieval villages. Sunsets over cypress lanes, pure poetry. Vines or Florence's art, which would you pick? Comment below. Tuscany's magic lasts forever. Another gem awaits, keep watching. Passo Giau. Passo Giau, where Dolomite peaks pierce the sky, winding roads carve through valleys, and vibrant thrill calls adventurers. This 2,236-meter pass in Italy's Alps is a UNESCO stunner. Picture cyclists conquering steep curves framed by wildflowers. Ready for the ride? Let's hit this epic pass. For centuries, traders crossed these rugged slopes. Now it's a cyclist's dream, famed for the Giro d'Italia. Fun fact, its brutal climb tests even pro racers. Hikers roam trails, sipping coffee at cozy huts. Hike or bike, which would you pick? Comment below. Passo Giau's majesty never fades. Another wonder awaits, keep watching. Portofino. Portofino, where pastel yachts float in a turquoise bay, cliffs hug Liguria's coast, and vibrant glamour shines. This tiny village, a Mediterranean jewel, dazzles with charm. Picture colorful homes framed by olive groves. Ready for luxury? Let's dive into this coastal dream. Born in the 10th century as a fishing hamlet, Portofino became a 1950s celebrity hideout. Think Elizabeth Taylor. Castello Brown, a 15th century fortress, looms above the harbor. Quirky gem, its cobbled piazza hosted Hollywood stars. Sip espresso at waterside eateries. Portofino's magic sparkles forever. Camogli. Camogli, where pastel homes cling to Liguria's cliffs, waves crash on pebbled shores, and vibrant charm whispers authenticity. Just down the coast from Portofino, this medieval fishing village is Italy's seaside secret. Picture boats swaying, framed by palm trees. Hungry for charm? Let's explore this coastal gem. Since the 12th century, Camogli's fishermen braved the sea, building a tight-knit village. The Basilica of Santa Maria Assunta, glowing since the 1300s, guards the harbor. Quirky gem, their fish festival fries thousands of sardines yearly. Savor focaccia at waterside eateries. Camogli's heart beats forever. Another wonder awaits, keep watching. Castello Di Sirmione. Castello Di Sirmione, where a medieval fortress rises from Lake Garda's shimmering waters, guarding Sirmione's peninsula with vibrant allure. From Camogli's seaside cliffs, we sail to this 13th century jewel, one of Italy's best preserved castles. Picture towers piercing the sky, framed by turquoise waves. Ready for history? Let's storm this lakeside legend. Built by the Scaliger family, Verona's lords, this fortress stood on Roman ruins, shielding the lake since the 1200s. Its moat and drawbridge locked out invaders while the harbor hid their fleet. Climb the 47-meter keep for jaw-dropping views of Sirmione's spires. Venice ruled it from 1405, but its glory never faded. Quirky gem locals whisper of Aris, a ghost haunting these walls after a tragic love story. Fully restored in 2018, its docks gleam again. Today, visitors roam its battlements, savoring gelato and Sirmione's charming streets. Castello Di Sirmione's magic endures. Another wonder awaits. Keep watching. Tre Cime di Lavaredo. The Cime di Lavaredo, where three towering peaks erupt from the Dolomites' heart, stealing your breath. From Sirmione's shimmering lake, we climb to South Tyrol's Alpine Giants, a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 2009. Picture jagged summits slicing the sky, framed by emerald valleys. Ready for adventure? Let's conquer these peaks. Forged millions of years ago, these Dolomite giants Cima Grande at 2,999 meters stand on Veneto's edge. Until 1919, they marked Austria's border, scarred by World War I trenches you can still explore. Fun fact: Coldplay filmed their Up and Up video here, dancing among these peaks. Hikers now circle the 10-kilometer loop in 4 hours, soaking in views from Forcella Lavaredo. Chocolate at mountain huts. At sunset, the peaks glow pink, pure magic. Fileria Glacier. Fileria Glacier, a frozen jewel in the Italian Alps where ice sparkles like diamonds. From Tre Cime's towering peaks, we venture to Lombardy's Bernina Range, where this glacier dazzles. Picture waterfalls plunging into a turquoise lagoon, icebergs drifting. Ready for a chilly thrill? Let's explore this icy wonder. Spanning 3 square kilometers, Filaria's ice has carved the Alps for millennia, fed by snowfields above 3,000 meters. Its eastern front, reachable via Refugio Bignami, stuns with glacial caves. Fun fact, from 2019 to 2022, it lost 26 meters of thickness due to warming, shrinking before our eyes. Hikers trek the 2.5-hour glaciological path from Alpegera Dam for epic views. Today, adventurers sip espresso at mountain huts, spotting ibex near the lagoon. At sunset, the ice glows golden. Hike to the glacier or gaze at its beauty. Which would you choose? Dolomites. Dolomites, where jagged mountains stab the sky, valleys hum with life, and alpine magic captivates. From Filaria's icy lagoon, we soar to northeast Italy's UNESCO masterpiece, sprawling 250,000 acres. Picture peaks glowing pink at sunset, framed by emerald meadows. Ready for adventure? Let's roam this alpine wonderland. Born 250 million years ago as coral reefs, these peaks rose when continents collided, shaping giants like Marmolada at 3,343 meters. Named a UNESCO site in 2009, they're a climber's dream. Quirky gem dinosaur footprints etched in stone were found near Palmetto. Ancient tribes roamed here, followed by World War I soldiers carving tunnels still visible today. Now skiers zip down Cortina's slopes, and hikers munch strudel at mountain huts. At dusk, the peaks blush pink. The Dolomites' glory lives on. Another wonder awaits. Keep watching. Matera. Matera, where ancient stone homes carve a timeless city into Basilicata's cliffs. From the Dolomites' soaring peaks, we dive into this UNESCO gem, one of the world's oldest settlements. Picture cave homes glowing at dusk, perched above a rugged canyon. Ready for history? Let's wander this living relic. For 9,000 years, people lived in Matera's caves, from prehistoric tribes to medieval monks. The sassy stone homes sheltered families, with rock churches hiding frescoes from the 1200s. Once called Italy's shame for poverty, Matera transformed into a UNESCO site in 1993. Cool tidbit: James Bond raced through its alleys in No Time to Die. Its cisterns, carved deep, stored water for centuries. Today, tourists roam its maze, sipping espresso at cozy eateries. Matera's story inspires. Another wonder awaits. Keep watching. Verona. Verona. Streets and history whispers love. From Matera's timeless caves, we stroll into Veneto's UNESCO gem, Shakespeare's city of star-crossed lovers. Picture the arena glowing pink, framed by the Adige River. Ready for passion? Let's fall for Verona. Built in 30 AD, Verona's Roman amphitheater, the arena, rivals the Colosseum, hosting gladiators long ago. Medieval lords ruled from Castelvecchio, now a museum. Fun fact: the arena's opera festival, started in 1913, is the world's oldest, echoing arias under the stars. Juliet's balcony, tied to Romeo and Juliet, draws lovers leaving notes on its walls. Today, crowds cheer operas and sip Valpolicella wine in vibrant squares. Verona's charm never fades. Puglia. Puglia, where sun-drenched stone huts dot Italy's heel, and the Adriatic sparkles. From Verona's romantic streets, we bask in this Mediterranean paradise, famed for 60 million olive trees. Picture whitewashed villages glowing framed by turquoise waves. Hungry for charm? Let's explore Puglia's magic. Ancient tribes settled Puglia 3,000 years ago, leaving caves and stone walls. Alberobello's cone-shaped stone huts built without mortar earned UNESCO status in 1996. Quirky gem. These huts stayed cool naturally, no AC needed, centuries ago. Olive trees, some 1,500 years old, fuel Puglia's liquid gold. Polignano a mare's cliffs plunge into crystal seas, a diver's dream. Today, visitors savor orecchiette pasta at farmhouses, strolling vibrant markets. Ostuni. Ostuni, where Italy's heel meets the Adriatic's sparkle, and whitewashed wonders steal your heart. Dubbed the White City, this Puglian gem dazzles with its gleaming buildings, perched on a hill like a crown. Picture yourself wandering through medieval lanes, discovering hidden squares, and soaking in views that stretch to infinity. Ready for a taste of Puglia's soul? Let's dive into Ostuni's magic. Built on three hills, Ostuni's history stretches back to ancient tribes, but it's the 14th century Ostuni Cathedral that crowns the city, its Gothic facade a testament to time. Wander the old town where every corner whispers stories of the past. Quirky gem Ostuni's Trulli-inspired homes, though not true Trulli, add a fairy tale charm, their conical roofs dotting the landscape. And don't miss the local markets where olive oil flows like liquid gold and orecchiette pasta dances on your plate. Beyond the city, Ostuni's beaches beckon with crystal-clear waters, perfect for a dip or a lazy afternoon. Vineyards stretch to the horizon, offering sips of Primitivo wine that sing of the sun. Zagarolo. Zagarolo, a hidden gem where medieval streets whisper history, just 34 kilometers from Rome. From Ostuni's whitewashed glow, we escape to Lazio's quaint retreat perched on a tough hill. Picture cobblestone alleys and ancient walls bathed in golden dusk. Ready for a cozy adventure? Let's uncover Zagarolo's charm. Rooted in ancient Roman times, possibly tied to nearby Gabii, Zagarolo bloomed in the 16th century. The grand Palazzo Rospigliosi, with its dazzling frescoes, now hosts the Toy Museum, a nostalgic trove of vintage games. Cool tidbit, this museum's 1,000 square meters showcase toys from centuries past. Wander the old town's markets where stalls brim with fresh produce and Romanella, a sparkling local wine. Today, visitors sip Romanella at cozy eateries savoring porchetta under starlit skies. Explore the palace or toast with local wine. Which would you pick? Volterra. Volterra, a Tuscan time capsule where history breathes in every stone. From Zagarolo's cozy charm we climb to this hilltop gem, walled since the Etruscans in 800 BC. Picture golden walls glowing under the sun with endless countryside views. Ready to step back in time? Let's explore Volterra. Founded before Rome, Volterra was a powerhouse of the Etruscan League. The Palazzo dei Priori, built in 1208, is Tuscany's oldest town hall, its clock tower soaring. Cool tidbit, the Etruscan arch, Porta all'Arco, has 3 mysterious stone heads, ancient gods guarding the city. Stroll narrow lanes to find artisans carving alabaster, a craft alive for centuries. Today, Volterra's cathedral dazzles with Renaissance art, while wine bars serve Chianti under starlit skies. Chase history or chase views, which would you pick? Saturnia Hot Springs. Saturnia Hot Springs, a turquoise paradise in Tuscany's heart. From Volterra's medieval charm, we dive into this geothermal wonder, where warm waterfalls carve natural pools. Picture steam rising from silky blue waters, framed by rolling hills. Ready to soak in magic? Let's discover Saturnia. Born from volcanic heat, these springs gush at a cozy 99 degrees Fahrenheit, flowing since Etruscan times 3,000 years ago. Cool tidbit legend says Jupiter's lightning bolt sparked these waters to calm warring humans. The Cascate del Mulino, sculpted by minerals, offers free year-round soaking, drawing Romans and travelers alike. Today, visitors bask in mineral-rich pools, easing stress under starry skies. Nearby, explore vineyards or medieval villages. Soak in warm springs or wander Tuscany. Which would you choose? Siena. Siena, Tuscany's medieval jewel where history pulses in every square. From Saturnia's steamy springs, we step into this UNESCO gem, famed for its Gothic splendor. Picture red brick streets buzzing, framed by rolling hills. Ready for Siena's heart? Let's dive in. Siena's cathedral, begun in 1215, stuns with striped marble and golden mosaics. The Palazzo Pubblico towers over Piazza del Campo, the city's beating heart. Fun fact, The Palio, a wild bareback horse race, storms this square twice a year since 1633. Today sip Chianti and lively eateries soaking in Siena's vibe. Cathedral's art or Campo's buzz, which would you pick? Pitigliano. Pitigliano, Tuscany's tough carved wonder, perched on a volcanic cliff. From Siena's buzzing square, we wander to this ancient village dubbed Little Jerusalem. Picture houses sculpted into glowing rock, overlooking wild valleys. Ready for Pitigliano's magic? Let's explore! Founded by Etruscans in the 7th century BC, Pitigliano's tough cliffs hide ancient tombs and carve mysterious carved paths. The Orsini Palace, a medieval fortress, guards the town's heart. Quirky gem. Since the 15th century, a thriving Jewish quarter earned Pitigliano its Little Jerusalem nickname, with the historic synagogue still standing. Today, stroll medieval alleys, sip crisp Bianco di Pitigliano wine, or marvel at the 16th century fountain's animal spouts. History's charm or valley views, which would you chase? Pitigliano awaits, keep watching. Turin. Turin, Piedmont's royal heart, where elegance meets alpine splendor. From Pitigliano's tough cliffs, we arrive in this grand city, Italy's first capital. Picture Baroque squares buzzing, framed by snow-capped peaks. Ready for Turin's majesty? Let's dive in. Turin's royal pass shines in Palazzo Reale, a 16th century palace dripping with chandeliers. The Mola Antonelliana, built by 1889, towers 550 feet, housing a cinema museum. Fun fact: the Shroud of Turin, a mysterious 14th century relic, draws millions to the cathedral's chapel. Today sip Bicerin, Turin's chocolate, coffee delight in historic cafes, or stroll along the Po River. Royal palaces or cozy cafes, which would you pick? Capri. Capri, a Mediterranean jewel where cliffs kiss the sea. From Turin's royal elegance, we sail to this island paradise, loved by Roman emperors. Picture turquoise waves sparkling under sunlit peaks, drawing 12,000 visitors daily in summer. Ready for Capri's allure? Let's dive in. Capri's history glows since Emperor Augustus built gardens here in the 1st century AD. The Blue Grotto, discovered in 1826, dazzles with electric blue light reflecting off its cave walls. Fun fact: this cave's glow comes from sunlight sneaking through an underwater entrance. Today, sip limoncello in chic cafes or sail past Faraglione's towering rocks. Explore glowing caves or cliffside trails. Which would you choose? Capri's magic beckons. Keep watching. Piacenza. Piacenza, Emilia-Romagna's hidden gem, where history meets hearty flavors. From Capri's turquoise shores we step into this ancient city, founded by Romans in 218 BC. Picture medieval squares glowing under golden light, framed by the Po River. Ready for Piacenza's charm? Let's explore. Piacenza's Gotico Palace, built in 1281, stuns with its red brick arches and soaring windows. The cathedral's 12th century frescoes dazzle with color. Fun fact: Piazza dei Cavalli boasts 2 massive bronze equestrian statues, crafted for the Farnese family in the 16th century, among Italy's finest. Today, savor prosciutto and tortelli in lively markets, or sip Guternio wine by the river. Historic treasures or foodie delights, which would you choose? Piacenza's heart beckons. Keep watching. Langhe. Langhe, Piedmont's wine-soaked paradise where vineyards paint the hills. From Piacenza's medieval charm, we roam to this UNESCO gem, famed for Barolo and truffles. Picture green waves of vines under golden sunlight, dotted with ancient castles. Ready for Langhe's allure? Let's dive in. Langhe's history unfolds in hilltop villages like Lamora, rooted in Roman times. The 13th century Grinzane Cavour Castle towers over vineyards, now a wine museum. Quirky gem, Barolo wine, born here in the 19th century, was crafted for kings, earning the title Wine of Kings. Alba's markets brim with prized white truffles. Today, sip bold Barolo in cozy wineries or savor truffle-laced pasta in quaint eateries. Wine tastings or castle views, which would you pick? Calabria. Calabria coast, where rugged cliffs meet turquoise waves, villages perch like eagles, and fiery sunsets paint the sky. This southern gem is Italy's hidden treasure, a stretch of untouched shores that'll ignite your soul. Picture sandy beaches, spicy aromas, and views that steal your breath. Grab your sunglasses, let's dive into a paradise that's pure magic. Calabria's roots dig deep to the Greeks in the 8th century BC. Its Magna Graecia legacy lives in ancient ruins. Tropea's Santa Maria dell'Isola church seems to float above the sea on its cliff. Fun fact: The Riace bronze statues fished from these waters in 1972 are 2,500-year-old Greek warriors that stun the world. Today, taste fiery nduja sausage in quaint villages or swim in Tropea's turquoise waters. Beaches or history, what's your vibe? Perugia. Perugia skyline, where stone walls shimmer with history, winding alleys twist through time, and green hills bloom with ancient allure. This Umbrian gem is Italy's enchanting heart, a city of Etruscan magic that'll steal your breath. Picture crumbling arches, sweet chocolate in the air, and views that spark your wanderlust. Grab your sunglasses, let's dive into a paradise that's pure magic. Perugia's history stretches back to the Etruscans with 4th century BC walls that still stand tall and proud. You can almost feel the past at the Etruscan Well, a 3rd century BC wonder carved 120 feet deep into the earth. Cool tidbit. Locals still toss coins into this well for good luck, a tradition that's lasted centuries. At the city's heart, the San Lorenzo Cathedral, glowing since 1345 with pink and white stone, shines like a medieval masterpiece. Today, bite into a Perugina chocolate crafted here since 1907 or wander through lively squares filled with music. Would you explore ancient history or indulge in chocolatey bliss? Share your thoughts below. Umbria. Umbria, where emerald hills catch the sunrise in Italy's green heart. From Perugia skyline we dive into this medieval treasure, a land of timeless charm. Picture ancient villages glowing at dawn, nestled among rolling vineyards. Ready for history? Let's wander this enchanting haven. For centuries, Umbria thrived under the Etruscans, who built cities like Perugia and Orvieto before Rome's rise. Their legacy shines in Orvieto's Golden Cathedral, a Gothic marvel from the 1300s. Fun fact, in Gubbio, the Festival of the Seri has teams racing with giant saint statues since 1160. Lake Trasimeno, a shimmering gem, has mirrored these hills for millennia. Today tourists sip crisp wine in sunlit squares, and also stroll by Lake Trasimeno's sparkling waters. Umbria's magic captivates. Another gem awaits, keep watching. Sardinia. Sardinia, where turquoise waves kiss golden sands on a Mediterranean paradise. From Umbria's emerald hills we dive into this ancient island, a treasure of rugged beauty. Picture pristine beaches glowing at sunset, framed by jagged cliffs. Ready for adventure? Let's wander this timeless wonder. For over 3,000 years, Sardinia's Nuragic people built stone towers, some standing since 1500 BC. Their legacy lives at Su Nuraxi, a UNESCO site since 1997, where ancient villages whisper history. Fun fact, giant statues found here are Europe's oldest, hinting at warriors from a lost era. Roman ruins in Cagliari and medieval festivals in Alghero add layers to this island's story. Today, tourists sip bold Cannonau wine by the sea and also stroll Poeto Beach's warm sands. Sardinia's allure inspires. Another gem awaits. Keep watching. Bolzano. Imagine standing in Bolzano, where the crisp mountain air brushes your face, and the Dolomites rise like ancient guardians. Nestled in Italy's South Tyrol, this city blends Italian warmth with German precision. Picture medieval streets alive with color, framed by vineyards and snowy peaks. Let's step into this alpine dream. Bolzano's history whispers through its bilingual streets, Italian and German voices echoing since it joined Italy in 1919. A quirky gem, the South Tyrol Museum holds Ötzi the Iceman, a 5,300-year-old mummy discovered in these Alps. From medieval castles to vibrant markets brimming with crisp apples, Bolzano feels like a fairy tale frozen in time. Savor warm apple strudel in a cozy square, or hike the Dolomites as the sun paints the peaks golden. Bolzano's timeless charm invites you to create your own story. Keep watching for more wonders. Ravello. Imagine a place where cliffs meet the sky and music floats through ancient gardens. Welcome to Ravello, a southern Italian treasure on the Amalfi Coast. Perched above the Tyrrhenian Sea, this gem is pure magic. Let's dive into its allure. Ravello's story dates back to the 5th century, when it was a refuge for Romans fleeing invaders. The 13th century Villa Ruffolo, with its Moorish-inspired gardens, has inspired artists like Wagner. His music still echoes here during summer concerts. A quirky gem, Villa Simbrone's Terrace of Infinity offers views so stunning you'll feel like you're floating above the sea. Sip zesty limoncello in a quaint piazza, or savor Cialatielli ai frutti di mare with ocean views. Ravello's magic will linger in your heart. Keep watching for more wonders. Tivoli. Ever wondered where Renaissance nobles escaped to for pure bliss? Well, that's Tivoli, a hidden gem nestled in central Italy's Lazio region. Just a stone's throw from Rome, this charming hilltop town dazzles with its historic villas and cascading waters. So let's uncover its wonders together. Tivoli's story truly shines through Villa d'Este, a 16th-century masterpiece with over 500 fountains. Its gardens inspired Europe's greatest landscapers. Nearby, Hadrian's Villa, built in the 2nd century by Emperor Hadrian, sprawls with ancient ruins that whisper tales of Roman grandeur. And here's a quirky gem. The Villa d'Este's Fountain of the Dragons was designed to impress a visiting pope. Savor a hearty cacio e pepe at a hilltop trattoria, or take a leisurely stroll through gardens where water seems to dance. Tivoli's timeless beauty will surely captivate you. And guess what? Another gem awaits, so keep watching. Pietrapertosa. What if you could wander a village carved into a mountain, where adventure meets medieval charm? That's Pietrapertosa, a southern Italian marvel in Basilicata. Tucked into the Lucanian Dolomites, this sky-high village is pure magic. Let's dive in. Pietrapertosa's story dates back to the 8th century, when Saracens built a fortress atop its 3,500-foot peak. Its ruins still crown the village today. Known as one of Italy's highest villages, it's also home to the Flight of the Angel, a thrilling zipline soaring over the valley to neighboring Castelmazzano. Fun fact, the village's name comes from Pietra Pertusa, meaning pierced stone, for a natural arch in the cliffs. Taste crunchy pepperoni cruci at a cozy trattoria or feel the wind on the zipline of a lifetime. Pietrapertosa's rugged beauty will steal your heart. Keep watching for more wonders. San Candido. Ever pictured a cozy alpine town where the Dolomites kiss the sky and history whispers in every street? That's San Candido, a northern Italian gem in South Tyrol. Nestled in the Puster Valley, this snowy paradise blends Italian and Austrian vibes. Let's explore its charm. San Candido's story dates back to the 8th century, when its collegiate church, one of South Tyrol's oldest, was built with stunning Romanesque frescoes. It's a gateway to the Drei Zinnen Nature Park, where jagged peaks tower over emerald valleys. Fun fact, the town's Christmas market is famous for its giant hand-carved wooden nativity scenes. Glide across an ice skating rink with mountain views, or hike through snowy trails with Dolomite vistas. San Candido's alpine glow will leave you enchanted. Another gem awaits. Keep watching. Silla. What if you stumbled upon a seaside village where myths of sea monsters come alive amidst pastel houses? That's Silla, a southern Italian treasure in Calabria. Perched on the Costa Viola, this fishing haven gazes across the Strait of Messina. Let's dive into its magic. Scylla's story stretches back to Greek mythology as the home of Scylla, a nymph-turned-sea monster who guarded these waters in Homer's Odyssey. The 5th century Castello Ruffo crowns the town, once a fortress against pirates, offering views of Sicily on clear days. A quirky gem. Chianalea, the fishing district, is nicknamed the Venice of the South, with houses so close to the sea waves lap at their doors. Watch fishermen mend nets at the marina or stroll along Marina Grand Beach as the sun sets. Scylla's timeless charm will sweep you away. Another gem awaits. Keep watching. Lipari. Ever imagined an island where volcanic cliffs plunge into crystal-clear seas? That's Lipari, the heart of Italy's Aeolian Islands. Off Sicily's coast, this gem sparkles with history. Let's dive in. Lipari's story spans 6,000 years, once a hub for obsidian trade prized across the Mediterranean. The 16th century Lipari Castle guards an ancient acropolis with views of Stromboli's volcano. Fun fact, divers explore underwater Roman shipwrecks right off the coast. Snorkel in turquoise waters or watch the sunset from Marina Corta. Lipari's island magic will captivate you. Another gem awaits. Keep watching. Piantravigne. Ever dreamed of a tiny Tuscan escape where time seems to stand still amidst golden hills? That's Piantravigne, a hidden hamlet in central Italy's Arezzo province. Nestled in the Valdarno Valley, this serene spot whispers stories of rustic charm. Let's wander its quiet paths. Piantravigne's story unfolds through its 50 residential buildings, many built with traditional brick tufts dating back centuries, 47 of them to be exact. It's a small community of just 142 residents, including 7 foreigners from Europe and Asia, blending old-world Tuscany with a hint of global flair. Fun fact, only one building here isn't a home, it's a tiny commercial space, a rare nod to modernity in this timeless place. Stroll through cypress-lined paths with views of the Arno River, or watch the sunset paint the hills in golden hues. Piantravigne's peaceful beauty will steal your heart. Another gem awaits. Keep watching. Verona. Step into Verona, a dreamy village nestled on the shores of Lake Como in Italy's Lombardy region. With pastel houses tumbling down to turquoise waters, this lakeside gem feels like a fairy tale. Let's soak in its magic. Verona's story whispers back to the 8th century, when it was a humble fishing village. The 14th century church of San Giorgio stands proud in its heart, its bell tower echoing over the lake. Fun fact, the Lover's Walk, a scenic path along the water, is where couples carve their initials into the railings for everlasting love. Wander through Villa Monastero's gardens bursting with vibrant blooms, or savor a creamy risotto al pesce persico by the lake. Verona's serene charm will leave you spellbound. And that's a wrap on our incredible journey through Italy. From the shimmering canals of Venice to the rugged cliffs of Scylla, we've wandered through medieval villages, alpine towns, and sun-kissed islands, each corner more breathtaking than the last. We've explored over 50 destinations across this beautiful country, uncovering ancient history, quirky traditions, and timeless landscapes. Whether it was drifting through Venice's iconic canals or stepping back in time at Pompeii's ancient ruins, Italy's magic has truly stolen our hearts. Italy is a land of endless wonders, and we're so grateful you joined us on this 60-minute adventure. This journey may have come to an end, but the memories we've created together will last forever. If you love this journey, hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing content. Drop a comment below. Tell us your favorite Italian destination or what you loved most about this series. Your support means the world to us. Thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you soon. Ciao.